Hello and welcome to the Hoopstradamus Daily Dollar, your basketball betting buddies, bringing you our first ever Daily Picks segment. I'm Adam Shalfu. Joining me on the Hoopstradamus mobile hotline is the prophet himself, Hami Arain. Hami, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. This, of course, event brought to you by Wider Pro, the exercise equipment that you need for your home. Feel free to get Wider Pro, the exercise equipment that you can use anytime you want. You can just bust it out, go jump into the garage, anything you want.
I hear you need it for your home.
That's right. Yeah, you need to have it inside your home, only in your home.
If you don't have it in your home, it's not much of a home, really.
No, I mean, you can make it a home too. You could also live here.
You could. What about dog houses? Do dogs need exercise, but they also walk outside?
Yeah, but I'd rather kick the dog out and use the house for myself, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Dogs, they were born outside. They can live outside. I'm just kidding. We love dogs here, but
it's much cheaper.
It is. Economics would support that. Let's get right to it. This is a new segment we're going to do, trying to do these as much as possible, hopefully every day. We're going to break down the betting odds. We're going to break down our favorites and make our picks going right down the line. And so we'll start in Detroit, Rock City. It's the 13-33 Pistons hosting the Portland Trailblazers. The Pistons, not very good this year, and that is why they are getting 7.5 points from the Trailblazers. And so the over-under is 221. Blazers are the favorite. It's a minus 335 money line. Hami, what are your thoughts on this Blazers-Pistons matchup? This is an early 90s finals rematch, too.
Yeah, we got Motown against Rip City. I got Rip City here. The Pistons usually, when they're healthy, they play kind of hard, but
they keep it tight.
They kind of compete. Yeah, they keep competing, but they just don't get those wins. And the Blazers are also kind of due for a win too. So Blazers, I'm gonna say Blazers by 8.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like, the Blazers' projected starters right now, it's a pretty healthy lineup. Norman Powell is a huge pickup for them. Rob Covington at the power forward. And then you have Yusuf Nurkic back in the starting lineup. We'll see how many minutes he's getting. CJ McCollum is back, still kind of coming into form, and Damian Lillard. And so it's interesting. Maybe there's some chemistry issues to come together while they work Powell into that rotation, further implement his presence. Nurkic is going to have to rebuild some stuff too, but I agree. I think that they're going to cover the spread tonight. I like Portland, and I think they could normally Detroit keeps these close, but I think Portland could win by around 15 points. And so I'm definitely going Blazers money line, and I am going them to cover that 7.5 point spread as well. Total points, 221. That makes me a little nervous. I don't know if the Pistons are going to be able to cover their end of the bargain there. They average 107 points per game to Portland's 115. But my advice would just be to stay away from the over-under. If I had to pick one, I guess I'd go under, but I just don't feel good about it. I'd say stay away from that over-under. It's too hard to predict. What are your thoughts?
And if I had to go, I'd go over. I think the Blazers are one of the worst defensive teams. It could be one of ever. It could be ever. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty high scoring. I think it'll be pretty close. Maybe the Pistons will jump out to an early lead and the Blazers come back like they've been doing this year. But we'll see. Again, I don't know shit about anything when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I'm just guessing here, and I predict the Blazers will easily win. And I think it'll go over. I think it'll be, one of those games where, 125 and 121, those kind of games.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you said that they're going to win by 8.
125, 117 even.
Okay, there we go. There it is. Moving on to Indiana. This is a very interesting one. 2 underperforming teams, but it looks like Jimmy Butler is going to be in the lineup for the Miami Heat. Victor Oladipo still out. Kendrick Nunn out. Udonis Haslem hasn't played since the Flintstones era. KZ Okpala out now for the Pacers. Doug McDermott and Jeremy Lamb, both game time decisions. And so if you are thinking about betting on the Pacers tonight, I would advise you to keep an eye on those players. Starting for the Heat, it is Goran Dragic, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Trevor Ariza, Bam Adebayo. These are all expected lineups. For the Pacers, Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, Justin Holiday, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner. This one's in Indiana, and so I think that could be the difference maker. This is actually an even, according to DraftKings right now. And so the Heat are the slight favorite. They're a minus 113. The Pacers are a minus 106. The over-under is 218.5. This could be an interesting one. I will say that the Pacers have had a ton of trouble in the fourth quarter lately. Watching them, it seems like they just kind of unravel. But the Heat are certainly struggling as well. And so I think this one could go any way. What are your thoughts initially?
I'm going to pick Miami to win this one. I think they're going to win by 4 or 5 points.
Okay, interesting. I am also leaning towards Miami. I don't know what is going on with them. They finally got off the schneid and got a win. But before that, I believe they had lost 6 games in a row. And that's just not pretty. They're in the 8 spot where the Pacers are at that 9 spot. And these teams just don't like each other. There is no secret there. And that goes back decades, no matter who's on the roster. So these games can get pretty interesting when it's a rivalry situation. But I, too, am going to go with Miami Heat. Like I said, there's no spread on this one. Or I guess Miami is the 1-point favorite. I think they're going to be able to cover. I think Miami wins this one 105 to 101. It'll be kind of low scoring. So that would be 105, 101. That would be the under on the 218. I'd go under on the total points. I like Miami. I think that Indiana lacks an identity, and I think Bam Adebayo is going to eat Miles Turner's lunch, frankly. So I'm going Miami on money line, and I'm going them to cover that 1-point spread.
Yeah, I agree. I'd go under. I'm going under as well for that one.
All right, beautiful. Moving right down the line, we got the Dallas Mavericks visiting the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, another team that has been struggling substantially lately. They do have Evan Fournier now, and so maybe that can help them turn things around. They've only won 4 of their last 6. The Mavericks are 5 of their last 5. The Mavericks coming into the game 24-21. The Celtics 23-24. We've talked about it on the podcast. Arguably the most disappointing team in the NBA this season. And so even though the Celtics are at home, I'm going with the Mavericks to win in this primetime ESPN matchup. I think it'll be really close, though.
I got Dallas as well tonight. I think they're going to win. Yeah, I think Dallas could win by 6. I could see Dallas winning by that much.
Okay, interesting. So you're saying Dallas could win by 6. The Mavs are getting 2.5 points, so they're actually the underdogs on this one. I would say take Mavs on money line. That's a plus 110. The Boston Celtics are just not very good right now. And so they're a team that could get it together. Anytime Brad Stevens is your coach, you can turn things around in a hurry. But based on what I've seen in recent weeks, I think they're incredibly unpredictable. JJ Redick will not be playing for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein is out. Tyrell Terry is out. For the Celtics, Tristan Thompson is out. I think he sucks anyway. Semi Ojeleye is out. I don't think that should be a big difference maker. Romeo Langford is out.
What about Luke Cornett? He's down, right? He's done.
Looks like he should be in. And he's actually been a decent little fit. And I like Robert Williams a lot for the Celtics. He's kind of underrated. I think it's going to be close. I'm going 116-114 Dallas.
You're going to Luka buzzer beater?
Maybe. I think it'll come down to the final minute.
Again against the Celtics? Again?
I wouldn't be that surprised. It just seems like, especially being an ESPN game, it seems like it could get a little dramatic down at the end, and the Celtics will keep it close. It's not like they're going to get blown out. Maybe they will, but I don't think so. So I would just go Dallas money line. I am a little. It's going to be a close game. There's a reason.
I can go Mavs by 6 or Celtics by 6. Really for this one.
Yeah,
and that's my way of dodging this one.
Hey, I mean, honestly, this is the one that I probably won't put any of my money on. It makes me too nervous. But if I were to put money on it, I would go Mavs just to win straight up. Moving down the line, the Utah Jazz let's go into Houston against Brooklyn first. So This is interesting. Game time decisions all around for the Rockets. Game time decision for John Wall, Daniel House, Christian Wood.
So there's still a chance. There's still a chance they can win.
I think the Nets, especially, I think James Harden just is going to want to absolutely humiliate Houston. I think he is going to really be in his bag tonight. I think Houston could win by 30 points.
Yeah, I would go the same way, not go over.
Okay, yeah, so the line on that one, the latest line is 231. Houston is getting 12.5 points. I think that the Nets are going to cover that. I'd be shocked if they lose this game, especially considering the Sixers lost last night. The Nets have first place in the East to play for, and as we get closer to the playoffs, this is a really sneaky big opportunity. They just need to beat up on some bums. The Rockets, arguably the worst team in the league right now, and the Nets, arguably the best. So I think they will just straight up get the job done. I get nervous about taking the over, though, on the 231 total points. I don't know if the Rockets are going to score into the hundreds. I think this one could wind up being somewhere around, 118 to 94, which wouldn't be enough points for Houston to kind of hold up their end of that bargain. But I'm going Nets, even with them minus 12.5. They'll cover that.
134 to 103. That's my final score for this one.
Okay, so you're taking the over. I love it. Very nice. All right, moving on down the line, the Thibodeau Bowl. It's the New York Knicks visiting the Minnesota Timberwolves.
His former team.
Yeah.
In his former stadium, his former house.
Yeah, and so I'm sure this is going to be a game Thibodeau's got scheduled or circled on his calendar. That being said, the Timberwolves have been better lately ever since Finch took over as coach.
This could be a great one. This could be one of those games. This could be one of those great games.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be really close. The Knicks are 3.5-point favorites. I'm leaning towards them getting the win, but I don't think that they necessarily cover. I think it's going to be – I wouldn't be surprised if this game goes to overtime. I would take Knicks on money line. I'd stay away from the point spread, though. It just makes me too nervous. Thibodeau is going to have something special for the Knicks or for the Timberwolves, but Karl Anthony Towns is playing great basketball lately, and Ant is starting to show why he is was the first overall pick, Anthony Edwards. But I do think that the Knicks are too good of a defensive team here. I think they will pull it off. Maybe they'll win. Let's see. I'm going to go 104 to 103.
Oh, Knicks win at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Maybe the Timberwolves missed a shot at the buzzer.
Yeah, it could go to overtime. Let me go 104-101 Knicks. 104-101 Knicks. So I'm going the under. I think the Knicks keep it low scoring.
I'm going Knicks 110. The Timberwolves 99.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so you're going under as well.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on down the line, we have the Toronto Raptors, or I guess the Florida Raptors, visiting
the Tampa Bay Raptors.
The Tampa Bay Raptors visiting the Oklahoma City Thunder.
This could be another good game. This is a tough one.
This is weird, though, because so many injuries everywhere. So out for the Raptors, Bembry, Harris, Lowry, McCaw, Watson. Game time decision for the Thunder, Ty Jerome. Out is Darius Baisley, Lou Dort, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Mike Muscala, and Pokachevsky. Moses Brown's been awesome. Theo Maledon's cool. Svei Mikhailuk, shoot, maybe he'll have a career high. They're not going to have many. But I'm going Toronto here. Toronto is the favorite. I don't know. Normally, I wouldn't say they'd cover the minus 7.5 that they're giving. They're giving the Thunder 7.5. DraftKings is. I'd take Toronto just to get the win. It's a minus 305 for the Raptors. It's a plus 245 for the Thunder. I think that Toronto wins this one. They just got, Siakam. Gary Trent's been awesome for them. And this just smells like a game that Fred VanVleet goes absolutely crazy. So I'm going Raptors 108. Let's go 108 to 99. So Raptors, if you are going to do the spread, I would say they cover that 7.5 points.
That's perfect that you said that, because I had 104 to 98. That is a win for Toronto. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're right in the same ballpark there. The Utah Jazz visiting the Memphis Grizzlies. No Donovan Mitchell tonight. And so that's key. For Memphis, Jaren Jackson and Justice Winslow are both still out. And Grayson Allen is a game-time decision. I feel like this could be a trap game for the Jazz, but I think the Jazz are too good to lose. And so when you kind of put that into perspective, the Grizzlies are getting 5.5. And so that makes me nervous. I don't think it'll necessarily be a blowout. The Jazz could easily cover that, though. But without Donovan Mitchell, I think it winds up being a little closer. I still think the Jazz win by 6. The over-under is 225.5. I would go under there. I think that the Jazz will keep it. I mean, the Jazz can fill you up, but they're not going to have their best scorer. And so they're going to have to move the ball, and, it's going to be Gobert against Valanciunas down low. I'm going 108 to 100. Utah wins. Kind of a grinder.
Yeah, I had something similar as well. I had a 111 Utah and 102 for the Grizzlies. And, yeah, I think it's going to be a big game for Joe Ingles.
Ooh, okay, big game for Joe Ingles. Let me check how many points do you think Joe Ingles gets?
Oh my God! Again, if you're betting on like whatever I say, then don't please stop, because
well his line's 13.5, more than 13.5.
Okay, all right, yeah, he's gonna be over that. He's gonna be like, if he has a pretty good game, he's gonna have at least he's gonna have like 25 points.
Yeah, I kind of like him over that 13.5 as well, especially with no Donovan Mitchell. Now, the Sacramento Kings taking on the San Antonio Spurs, and the Kings have won 5 in a row.
That's a good one.
They're actually playing really good basketball.
A lot of really good games tonight.
Yeah, I think this one is maybe in a weird way the game of the night, dare I say.
Yeah, it could be the Kings have been that team this year. In those kind of games,
they've beat some good teams this year. They are not a great defensive team, but they're a really good offensive team. They average 115 points per game. This one makes me so nervous. It's in San Antonio, hard place to win. Let's see. Hassan Whiteside, game time decision. Marvin Bagley is out. Ramsey, Jamius Ramsey, I haven't heard of that guy. He is a game time decision. Bates, Giop, Trey Lyles, and Lonnie Walker all out for the Spurs. I'm actually going with the Kings here. I think that they continue this win streak. De'Aaron Fox has just been awesome lately. Tyler Halliburton is also emerging into that Rookie of the Year conversation now that LaMelo Ball is out. And Rashawn Holmes is quietly one of the more underrated bigs in the NBA, so I don't think it's going to be an issue having no Marvin Bagley. Chicago guy too. And recently he had a 23 point, 12 rebound, 3 assists, 3 blocks in a steal game on Monday in a 132-115 win over the Spurs. And so the Spurs just beat them. I think they'll beat them again. The Kings are the underdogs here. They're getting 2.5 points. I like Kings on money line. That's plus 114. I think it'll be a relatively high scoring game. The over under is 231. The Spurs like to keep things close. I think it's going to be 115 to 114. Things will be real close. I'm going with, and so the over under is 231. I'm going under, but I think the Kings get the win straight up.
I'm going over with the Spurs win, 123 to 119.
Ooh, okay. Very good. And we're down to our final 2 games. The Milwaukee.
Oh, Snooze Fest next. The Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, but Andre Drummond, his first game as a Laker.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely worth watching. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
interesting, yeah.
Surprisingly interesting. The Bucks.
A lot of great games. Shout out to the crew.
Yeah.
They're going to spread this out to tomorrow, but.
A great Wednesday for NBA basketball. The Lakers are getting 9 points. Do the Bucks cover?
Oh yeah. The Bucks will win. I think the Bucks will win by 10. Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be close, but they'll cover.
Yeah.
I think they cover as well. I think the over under is 222.5. Right now, it's 4:20, bro. Oh, yeah, Mountain Time anyway. And so as of 4:21, that is the line. Yeah, I'm going Lakers. I think they win by 10, 15 points. Or I'm sorry, Bucks win by 10, 15 points. It's an interesting one, though. I do think Andre Drummond's going to be a factor.
115 to 105, the Bucks win, under.
115 to 105. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going 115, 104. Take that. Yeah. So Bucks cover. And that takes us to our last matchup of the game. Zach LaVine probably is going to play. He's been game time decision lately. Kobe White.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Only the Bulls. This is our team right here.
Here we go. Frank Kaminsky and Nader are out for the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns 32-14. They're a damn good team. The Bulls still kind of figuring out who they are with Vucevic, but they have been good. I don't think they get the win tonight, though. I think that the Suns just have more of an identity. The Bulls are getting 7.5. I think it's going to be right around there. I think Vegas did a great job keeping the line on this one, because it should be right around there. I would say Suns win by 8, though. I think that they will keep it interesting. But that being said, sometimes the Suns have trouble in the fourth quarter. So do the Bulls. I think that's enough for the Suns to get the job done, especially it being at home. I'm going Suns 118, Bulls 110. Yeah.
So Suns just cover.
Yeah. And I'm taking the over.
I got Bulls by 1 million. No, I got, I would love to pick the Bulls here because this is my team, our team.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember we went to a Bulls and Suns game in Chicago. And
we did.
We were dressed up in Suns gear. And it was awesome. We met Chuck Swirsky, the Bulls announcer. And that was the first time I ever met him. I met him twice.
And Bill Wennington. He was a giant human being.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I got the Suns, of course, winning, and the Bulls defense hasn't really looked great, and it's going to take some time, man. I mean, we're going to try to get into this play-in tournament. That's probably our way to get in, but because we're going to be very inconsistent until then. So I got the Suns winning this one, 109 to 96. So that's under.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Well, thank you for joining us. It looks like we have one person joining us. Feel free to say hello in the comment section, whoever you are. Really appreciate you being here, and tell your friends about us. We are going to continue to do these.
And again, we don't know shit about anything.
Yeah.
So we're just literally just talking.
We know some things, but
We know some things.
what we don't know is the future. And any money you win or lose, we are not responsible for. Just a quick disclaimer. We don't know the future. Now, if you do win some money and you want to throw us a tip, you can do that. Go to our Anchor page, Hoopstradamus on Anchor, and that's where you can throw us some cash money. Anyway, thank you so much. And we will see you next time, folks.